Hey guys, and welcome to the start of a journey, a career, also known as my career 2018 on F1 2018. This is on release date. I did put a poll on Twitter again for which team Williams won, and you wanted videos instead, so here we go. Video. It will be a Williams, full qualifying, every single race, 50%. As you can see on the screen, 107 for now. It could get increased later on, but I thought let's not try 110 because it is harder this year than it was last. Simulation damage, safety car on, strict corner cutting, assisted starts for some reason, and yeah, that just seems to be all of the qualifying and race things done. And I'll talk again once the cutscenes are finished.
Thanks for coming by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media. So be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tire wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Williams has a rich history, with several periods of dominance over several decades in the sport. It's high time for another one of those, and you can help make that happen. So let's knuckle down and get to work, okay?
Right, so that was the introduction scenes. This is now new for F1 2018. Shows basically what everyone has said to me, like Carl, Emma, Jeff. You can actually see his face now anyway. You can see from there the tyres, driver standings, constructors, which is kind of what I like. Also you can see the weather, and also a challenge to get one clean race, get 400 resource points, and where I have to finish in the race and qualifying. Rather interesting. The R&D, from what I've seen, is different because you can't see the other bits until you do the first part of the upgrades, and the next part comes along. Here, I forgot to put any perks on for the first race. Bit stupid of me, but hey-o. Yeah, as you can see, we are a rookie. We're in between sportsmanship and showmanship. We haven't made our decision yet. We haven't started off with a very good contract value because we're technically a rookie. So, yeah. We'll show you the practice program highlights and then we'll go over quali.
Welcome to Melbourne, where the practice session is about to start for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix. The pre-race talking is over. Now it's time for the drivers to show their worth. Beside me to take you through free practice today is a man with 3 decades of racing experience under his belt. It is, of course, Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us today, Anton. Tell me, where should we be focusing our attention today?
I think we need to be looking across the entire field to see how far these cars are able to push a single set of tyres. While everyone will be trying different setups and running with different fuel loads, if you're attentive enough, you can definitely pick out trends for each type of tyre compound, which will give us a rough idea of how long the drivers are able to stay out there during a stint in the race.
Right, so here on the practice programs, the Williams, in my opinion, was very understeery. I know it has the worst chassis, pretty much the worst aero, but it was really understeery. I was able to wrestle my way through the practice programs. I think only one of them I didn't get perfect score, which I believe was my fuel management, but green was good enough in my opinion. It's my first time using no ABS, so yeah, I think it's going okay. A few lockups here and there, but everything was alright from there. I think this is a new ERS. No, this is a fuel saving one. Yeah, this is one where I struggled. The Williams does burn fuel. There's a slight little lockup. Just did ruin a little bit of our tyre wear, not fuel. Anyway, I was actually in the red here, but I didn't realise I had 3 temps left, so I just lifted off slightly on the straight just to give me that green. Could have given us like 20 more resource points, but however, it doesn't matter. Here's the ERS. I personally find this one very easy, in my opinion. Because I know how to manage the ERS, it's really easy in my opinion. And it is a good addition to the game, I will admit that. Bit OP in a straight line, but still a good addition. Just complete that. Now we're on to the qualifying pace, where we did exceptionally well, personally. Goal was to finish 19th, and this is an absolute perfect lap, so I don't think I locked up once. And I believe this put us 13th for qualifying, which is, well, for the practice program, which is very good. And then the final one is the race strategy. We did have Verstappen at the end holding us up. Well, he got past us, and then we had dirty air for the remainder of the lap, but I still think we improved to get the purple and to get some more resource points. So over the career mode, we should be looking to get some aero upgrades done, and then we're going to see you for quali.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Great, well that's everything.
Right, so here we are on to quali. I wasn't expecting to get out of Q1, but here's our first lap. Was a bit dodgy, like losing the back end sometimes. It did put us provisionally 6th, but then it put us down to 19th, I believe. Here we are on our final lap completely. It was very good. I did have someone behind me who I was holding up, but they were a quick car anyway. 7 times up, I was thinking, oh, I might just be able to get out. And here we are coming across the line. It was a 25.7. It did put us provisionally 15th, but then we did drop to 16th. So we did get knocked out of Q1, unfortunately. Still a good result for us, since Williams is obviously the worst team. There we are. We out-qualified both Sabers, our teammate, and Brendan Hartley. So I wasn't surprised to out-qualify. Vettel did get provisional pole for Q1. But yeah, that was qualifying, and now I'm going to show you the race. So here we are for the start of the race. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we went for round 1, season 1 of our career. We got off to a relatively decent start until we decided to put the power down, had a really big wobble. Then going into turn 1, really couldn't see anything. Ocon went a little bit deep, I like locked up slightly, the AI pushing each other around. I was trying to find grip. Ocon was giving me a nice push and shove. As you can see now here going into turn 2. I do slightly brake late, but he just cut across me, forces me slightly onto the grass. I did keep the position from Leclerc. And then this race after that became incredibly boring. Like, incredibly boring. Nothing happened until a pit stop at lap 13 for a set of intermediates from the wets. The track was gradually drying out. Like, very gradually. We came out in 14th. The person who retired was Ricardo on lap 3 due to mechanical failures. And then the next thing to happen was another retirement. which was Roman Grosjean. And I was actually quite happy because I knew that he was ahead of me, most people were. Which that did promote up to 13th, and here was the reason why. Going through the middle sector, and he's just had a mechanical failure of some sort. So that puts us up into 13th place. Now this is where it got a bit weird, because I passed Van Dorn. I believe he came out the pits, and then this came over the radio.
They seem to have an issue.
And then he just randomly stopped on track. It was slightly confusing. So I went back, and he had got himself a puncture, which is rather interesting, which caused the VSC. So when the VSC happened, I thought about pitting, but I realised I was going to lose a bit too much time. So I decided to stay out. My tyres were going to make it. Now Alonso, Sainz and Ocon all pit. So I came out in 9th in points position, thinking, you know, I'm able to defend off them. They did come out relatively close behind me, and they are on fresh tyres. So it's not going to happen. But anyway, as the VSC is now ending, I kind of left myself a bit of a gap. For some reason I went over this curve here, decided to slow myself properly down, and now they have caught up to me under the VSC. Now green flags are going, we got a good getaway, but tyre wear was kicking in. We are in a understeering Mercedes engined car. Perez wasn't actually fault the road, but I think he'd most recently pit as well, so it weren't too good. And then 3 laps to go, we were still in 9th. And then I do a stupid mistake like this, put the power down, tried to save it, saved it, lost it again, and spun round, narrowly missing the wall, and dropped down to 12th. And yeah, that was basically my race. So we came around the final corner, we took place, and it was virtually dry by then. A decent result, could have got points, but hey ho, that's a shame.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
Right, here's a classification. We did get 12th, Mercedes 1-2, and Red Bull 3-4. I mean, we're obviously 12th, no points, 12th in the championship. Decent result. There is one more cutscene, and then that will be the end of episode number 1 of this career mode.
To the top of the table.
Great work out there today. How do you think it went? You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? How do you feel the weather affected the outcome today? You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip? Great. Well, that's everything.
Right, and that'll be it. This is all the resource points we got, and against Lance Stroll. It was a good weekend, I think. We did rather well. I think I show what I spend it on. I think it's mainly on the aero, because chassis is only weight reduction at the moment. And aero is what we're going to go for. Hopefully there's no regulation changes for a while. We did improve with Alfa Romeo and Toro Rosso. We're a bit more of a sportsman now, not a showman kind of guy.
Excellent.
No, I don't show what I upgrade on, I think. No, it's only on the aero. So anyway, like this video if you did enjoy. Part 2 will be out tomorrow, and there should be a stream maybe tomorrow as well. Bye.